Now, this is right after the little Pine Sol story, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm calling it. This is like not long after recording that. And this is actually something that I've wanted to talk about a really, really long time. But I've never found like the proper time to talk about it. But I just thought, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just talk about it. So, um in high school and in junior high, around age 12, you start getting these new feelings, you know? You know, a lot of you remember your first crush. I don't. Mostly because I don't think I had one. If I did, it's a really repressed memory, and I just don't know a whole lot about it. But there seemed to have been a lot of girls that had crushes on me in ages 12 and 13. I don't know what to call this story. I'm just gonna call it, I don't know, the junior high story. Because, I mean, that's mainly when these occurred. Let's call it that. Now, one thing to take note of. If you like me, just let me know. Just so that I don't feel like a gigantic idiot. Um Kinda like how I feel after I look back on some of these moments. Okay, so first one. I was 12. I didn't I didn't really I was what you'd call a late bloomer, if you will. Mostly because I didn't get the those feelings until I was like, I don't know, 16. I'd probably say 16. I mean, I did all the puberty shit, but I didn't actually start getting that emotion until 15. Um but if you saw my Mother Earth video, which is actually a finish my sentence thing that we did, you may have heard my sister Lone mention someone named Misty. Now, Misty is not only the name of my cat, but that name is also the name of my first uh, junior high school friend. Now, I'm oblivious when it comes to lovers. I will admit that right here, right now. That hence the little disclaimer at the beginning. You're probably curious as to why I added that. Well, now you know why. 'Cause I'm oblivious. Um, Looking back at it now, the signs were all there. I just didn't read them. Mostly because she was my first lover and I didn't know that the signs. They were all there. I didn't know. Don't make fun of me in the comments. But then again, it's the internet, so you guys are gonna fucking do that anyway. Like, no, you didn't notice it. I was, I was also dumb. Okay. Now, on that note of well, what the, oh, that's our guy. On that note of girls who loved me, I'm gonna go to the opposite end of that spectrum for a little bit. I mean, not that much, but yeah. There was this one girl that fucking hated me. I didn't know why. She just seemed to fucking hate me with a passion, and I don't know why. She was just she was just this black girl and she fucking hated me. And I don't know why. To this day, I don't know why. I can't remember her name, mostly because I didn't fucking care. Because she hated me, and because she hated me, I hated her back. Yeah. Now back on the original topic of this video. Now, Misty pretty much, we saw each other every day after school. And then, oh, by the way, Misty was in the 9th grade, so yeah, that was actually the first and last time. The last time I actually saw her was at the end of 7th grade. So yeah. Uh, Fast forward to the very next. What was it? Semester, trimester? I can't remember. I think it was trimester. I don't know. But I really hated that time because it was the year they introduced A and B days to Mount Ford. And I fucking hate A and B days, man. For those of you that don't know what an A and B day is, an A and B day is pretty much this system. I swear they just had it out for kids when they thought about this. I'd like to talk to the asshole that thought this was a good idea. Pretty much, there were 4 classes for each day, which were either A or B days. It was very simple. Except for one thing. Each class was 85 minutes long. I don't know about you, but if you've tried to focus on a subject for 85 minutes straight, you know that it's not fucking easy. Seriously, A and B days, I hated them. Because each hour just droned on and on and on and on. It was the worst. Not to mention, there was a girl that liked me in that class. And I know her name very well, much like Misty, because I actually sat diagonal from her. Okay, I'm going to use Block Story as an example. I actually didn't think of this as a good example until now, that this is actually the greatest game ever to show where I was in relation to her. Her name was Cheney. Cheney. So here was my seat. Her seat was there. That was her seat. And I swear, every chance that she could, she would like come near me, she would caress me, and I'm just like, please, I'm not interested. I don't have those feelings yet. Just like wait a couple of years. But I'm also a pretty not very social. I am an introvert. Unless I'm behind a camera. Then I'm like extrovert as fuck. And I don't know why. It's the weirdest thing. When I'm behind a camera, I just go on and on and on and on. But if you like see me out in the open, I'm just like I just shut the fuck up. And you'd be like, dude, what happened to Chara28? And I'm like, shh. He only comes out behind the camera. And you're like, oh, okay, that's weird. But it's true. Like, you will literally think that I am a freak with multiple personality disorder. But I'm not. I'm like any other YouTuber. Like, they have their normal life and then they have, their YouTuber life. But anyway, I had no idea why she liked me so much. She hardly knew me. We never talked. It was very weird to me. Just this concept that, like, she didn't even know me and yet she was just so crazed about me. I mean, I think I spent more time thinking of how this was possible more than I thought about the classwork that I was doing, which is probably why I was doing so bad at the class, because I was so distracted by how does she like me so much? She doesn't even know me. Like, we haven't talked. Why does she like me so much? I think I ended up getting a D in the class. I don't know. I didn't really care about the class that much. It was like health class too. Hmm. And then there was gym class. Yeah, I'm just keeping the train a rolling. Um, this was, this next one was, I don't know, an unnamed girl. I didn't know the name of this girl. But she, God, what is hitting me? Oh, it's a spider. Fuck you, spider. Um, there's another one where I didn't know why she had a crush on me. In fact, it was extremely fucking weird to me again. Like, I just didn't know the concept when I was a kid. Like I said in the Pine Sol video, I was a very dumb kid. Like, I didn't 100% know the concept of how you could love someone without knowing them. Like, what it was like to fall in love with someone. Fucking spiders, dude. Fuck off. And all that shit. I'm gonna, alright, I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's a little late, but, you know. Uh, Misty was kinda subtle. Shanae was not, and neither were these girls. And the reason I knew that this one girl was like into me was the fact that in this gym class we'd have this like free exercise thing where we would be able to pretty much exercise however we wanted. Me, I would actually uh walk laps around the entire gym floor. And I also had this thing called a Poke Walker. Do you guys know what that is? It's pretty much like one of those things where the thing would record how many like feet you walked, that kind of thing. I don't know if it's like a Walkman. I've never seen a Walkman, or I don't know. A Pokewalker is really weird in concept. I mean, I think I still have it, but I mean, it doesn't work anymore. It was a really fun thing while it lasted, so it was kind of cool. I thought it was like one of the coolest things ever, because since it wasn't considered like an electronic device, like we couldn't use like phones or anything at the gym, but the Pokewalker, I even asked the coach, and he said, "Yeah, that's fine. Like, sure, you can like consider it a game, but it's not really a game." But he said, "Yeah, that's fine. You can use that." And so I did. I'd walk around, and these girls would actually follow me around. It Looking back on it, like now, like I didn't consider it uh back then at all, but now I actually realized that was my first stalker experience, technically. Like, just a classroom stalker. Which is weird, considering that that was actually the last time I think I've ever had one of those experiences. I actually had a class stalker. Oh my god. Well, you know what they say, you learn something new every day. I just learned that I had a stalker. It was just in that one class, but still. Holy fucking shit. And I think that was the last one. Ow. I'm trying to think of any more instances, but I think those were the only ones. If I get any more, or if I remember any more, I may do a follow-up. I will do a follow-up video. But, yeah, that was my, that was my, I don't fucking know what to call this.